Hello? I've been shrimped. Well, just got back from Vegas. I can't explain. We had a shrimp load of fun. I came back with some new beauty tools. And, you know, I hope you missed me. Let me know. Welcome on in, everyone. You have questions? I don't have answers, but keep asking them. Go on. I don't mind. You look like you've been outside. I went outside, inside, outside, outside the inside several days in a row. Can't count the number of days. What is happening? Is that a shrimp neck pillow? Oh no, it gets worse. Or better. Ready? It has a face. It has a fucking face. Say hello. Say hello to my shrimp. She is iconic. I went to Vegas and I ended up at home with this shrimp neck pillow. Courtesy of my YouTube bestie, Safiya. Thank you, Safiya, who also got me these shrimp clips. I still need to shower, but you know, sometimes if you actually don't shower, it saves the memories longer, because otherwise you rinse them out. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to rinse them out. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking ahead here. Here, should I give you a close-up? It's a shrimp clip. Maybe it looks better in the middle, you tell me. Okay, yeah, that looks better. Hi, chat. Welcome back. Okay, we can change the music. I'm just being a shrimpy. What is even happening? There we go. Welcome back. Welcome on in. This better be no one's first live stream here. That would be the weirdest introduction ever. RIP to those possibly 2 people who just left. I am back from Las Vegas after 4 days, 5 days, 3.5 days. I don't know. It all kind of blurred into one. I just got back late last night. I don't know if my brain is capable of playing games today. So instead I figured, why don't I just tell you everything that you're not supposed to tell? You know what I mean? Like, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. No, it doesn't. It goes on the internet. Because I'm an influencer. Duh. So I thought I would use my Snapchat story. Just pretend like you've never seen it, okay? Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Snap fam. And we're going to walk through the 352 snaps that I posted. Is that what it was? When I tried to download them, I was like, hello? Why is that so many? So I'm gonna show you what we did, but I thought since on Snapchat at the time, it was actually really hard to like tell you everything, like where we were and explain the story, because I'm also trying to do the things that I would give you some context to the things you haven't seen before. Right, thank you. Yes. She was busy. She was busy. As for this, yes, Safiya gifted this to me upon arrival. I didn't win it at some weird club. That would have been a different type of story, but I didn't win it at the casino. But yeah, Safiya, I guess in her shopping travels around the world, saw shrimps and thinks of me and was like, Christine would really like that. So now I have all this like really cool looking shrimp merch. We got hair clips. I got this like unhinged Furby death pillow that actually was really nice to wear on the airplane back. So I enjoy, you know. I think it's gonna make for a nice cat bed for Menchie too. I think Menchie's gonna sit right in the middle and snuggle up with this little shrimp. Yeah, it's like a Furby, which I'm sure some of you know. I was in those commercials. So this is like my childhood and my futurehood rolled into one. I also ate a lot of shrimp in Vegas. Yeah. Okay, so Yeah, let's walk you through my Snapchat. How have you been? Did you miss me? On Saturday, I was not here. Don't know where I was at the exact time because I also forgot about time zones when I posted the picture on my community page. The spoiler that we were in Vegas. You missed me? Let's see if I can fit one shrimp in my hair. You were working? We missed Ben. Well, sorry. Okay, this hairstyle it's not styling. The hairstyle is not styling. You thought something was wrong? What, because I wasn't streaming? Okay, what is this? I should have worn this. Should have worn my shrimp out to the club. The hair is very 80s. It needs to be rethought. Like what it kind of looks like a guy, you know what I mean, when they do those like bad toupees. Okay, enough with the hair. Let me just put it away. Put it away. I'll just wear this little shrimp clip because look at this little cute guy. She got me like a mini one. Just a mini shrimp. So this one's a little more manageable with my hair. There, ready? Nope. Let's try that again. It's the shrimp comb over, exactly. This is like the cute little Y2K shrimp look. Like a little brat. All right, okay, so that's all we're doing today. Is just looking at Snapchat pictures, and I will tell you whatever stories you want to hear. Or will I? I don't know. We'll see. I'll reflect. I'm gonna remind myself what happened by doing this. Anime. Well, Hello Talk will be doing anything for Canada Day this year. Yes, we're working on something. Saw Avril Lavigne last month. Woohoo! Wore a black and pink Skittle mini to the concert. Amazing. I love that. Okay, reminding myself what I did in Vegas. Ready? So I have a folder. Packing to go see my YouTube bestie. You didn't, or maybe you didn't know who I was referring to. There's not many options. But yeah, I got my HOLO pouch in there. I got some sparkly shoes. Canadians know you have to have a Shoppers Drug Mart bag just to throw like random shit in. And we were on the way. Got HOLO Taco in my luggage. This is, just in case you're coming in late, this is my entire Snapchat story. So yeah, some of it is like, I don't care. But you know what? Too bad. It would take way longer to sort through it. And I just got home, so we're doing a little rewatch. It's a vacation slideshow, okay? Everyone sit down. Go get your tea. How rude of me to not even tell you what I'm drinking. I'm drinking peppermint tea because it's past 5 p.m. But it's like way earlier in Vegas. So my time zones are a little messed up. I'm drinking peppermint with chocolate mint. Delicious. The coffee is brewing. Nice. So we went to the airport and I saw an entire like section of cigarettes with the Born Ugly coloring, and this excited me so much. I was like, oh my God, there it is. There it is in the flesh. Too bad I didn't have the bottle with me, but you know, I saw that in the airport. This was after... I don't know how like international airports work because I thought we had already passed into like the duty-free zone. We were technically in Montreal. That's where we flew out of, which is in Canada. But then there was like Canadian mandated stuff on cigarettes. But we were in the you've passed into the America part of the Canadian airport. You know what I mean? Maybe it's still the law that because the land is in Canada, they have to sell it the Canadian way, which looks like this. But anyways... I was like, there it is. There's Born Ugly. I'm so excited. I'm missing your chats. Hi, Shrimp Fram. Wasn't here for a while. Me neither, Moon. Simply, what nail design should I do? Born Ugly. Inspired by this cigarette package. I was in Vegas last weekend too. Didn't go to the strip club. Hello. Didn't go to the strip though, so no chance of running into you guys. Yeah, we were only on the strip. I didn't go anywhere except for the strip, which is so long and giant, and we didn't even do like a couple things that you would probably be like, why didn't you do that? There's a Born Ugly collab posted on Insta Day. Perfect timing. You're glowing. I am. It's the sun. It's the day clubbing, actually. Does that to you. Glad the Vegas trip was enjoyable. We haven't even gotten there yet. Wait. We're still in the airport. Have you seen the Born Ugly Instagram collab yet? No. I haven't even been on Instagram other than to post this. That I'm here right now. But that's amazing. I'm glad you guys are collabing on ugly things. I love that. Haha, can't you go to other countries than the US from the airport? What? Yes. Is this a trick question? I don't know. Maybe you're talking about what I was trying to articulate but failed, which is like in international travels, you have to clear customs, but then you're sent into a section of the airport that's like, these people have cleared customs and they're basically in the other country now. They just have to hop on the plane. And sometimes there's different rules about like what products are sold there or what taxes apply, because it's like, even though you're still on the land of one country, you're like, you've passed into the jurisdiction in theory. It's literally a riddle. Like, I literally don't get it. Ben is laughing right now because he's like, Christine, you're so dumb. Anyways, I saw Born Ugly packaging in the airport. Whatever. They're asking why you never leave North America. They didn't ask me that. The guy was just like, oh, you're Canadian? And we were like, yeah. And then he was like, okay, bye. That's literally it. Like, okay. Cheers. I guess Canadians are like, whatever, we don't care. Yeah, I know you're not really in the other country yet, but you know what I mean. Okay. We in the air. Ben is bold. Look, he just don't care. This is us flying on the plane. Yes, I purchased Wi-Fi. Okay, come on. The flight was probably over 5 hours from Montreal to Las Vegas direct. We did that so we didn't have to take connecting flights. Okay, simply logical. But we also had to drive 2 hours from Ottawa to Montreal. But the Montreal airport is a much like larger airport in terms of Canadian airports. Ottawa's a tiny little airport, so it wasn't really a possible to get our plane scheduled the way that made sense for us. So yeah, we drove to Montreal and then took a 5-hour direct flight. So not too bad. 5 hours, like not the worst. The hair is so blonde in the sun at 8:30 p.m. Yeah, it was like sunny outside in the air. Crazy. Also because we were time traveling backwards. Imagine what it's gonna be like in the daytime when I go outside tomorrow. I might have to... I see y'all asking many questions. What are you, detectives or something? I might have to mute these because, well, not that one, but some of them are gonna have copyright audio on it. A vacation for Beyyn. Look at us. He's just drinking a Diet Coke. And I was drinking like sparkling water. Not yet. I said no drinking yet. We haven't even arrived. Let me land, please. The sun is sunning so late when you in the sky. It was 10 p.m. You know what it is though? Like I'm not being honest. I think my phone was stuck in the other mode. Like stuck in Eastern time zone, and that's what was happening. You know what I mean? So it thought it was 10, and then when I posted it, like the time stuck. It was either that or it actually does look like that when you're in the sky flying towards Vegas. I can't remember. It won't let me mute them all. Okay. Golden hour, more like orange hour. Yes, we look very orange. when your hometown is also a random river in another country. On the map, there was an Ottawa River. I'm looking very confused. From Montreal to Ouvonu. Where are we going? For anyone who was French, they knew what that meant. 9 p.m., but it's 11 p.m. in my mind. Wait, that's not even correct. It's like a 3-hour difference, right? I don't even know what time it is. But I did get some black tea on the plane because we had plans to go out the evening we flew in. Was this a good idea? I don't know. But you know what? Like, I wasn't just gonna get there and go to bed. I don't know how you like to travel. Personally, I want to get there and do something. So that's what we did. Thank you, Robin. So I got some black tea and I was ready for Vegas night 1. Turning sleep mode off. Bring me to life. Wake me up inside. I'm singing the copyright music. Yeah, I had to turn it off because it like kept telling me to go to bed. That's my iWatch. It like tells you when it's bedtime and then it mutes all your notifications. I'm like, well, this is not helpful. I'm gonna be out for the next 5 hours. So I had to turn off sleep mode. POV me sitting in my house in Vegas, watching every snap, unwilling to brave the strip. I totally get if you live in Vegas, like why would you go to the strip? Vegas is also insane in how it's like one road with a bunch of LEDs and wild shit going on, and then like you go either direction, it's just flat and there's like nothing. I know that's oversimplifying, but like from the airplane, that's what it looks like. It's like, oh my God, stuff, and then nothing. Maybe some like really flat looking houses, and that's it. Crazy. Landing, that's a good pick. It's a good blurry pick. All right, there's gonna be copyright music because we went to Tiesto. I didn't even have time to take a proper picture. Immediately, we were in the club with our besties. We found Safiya and Tyler. No, we found them before the club, but we had to get ready quickly. So my getting ready pictures I posted after. But we went to Tiesto, which is like a big EDM trance dance DJ. If you don't know who that is, you've probably like heard his song somewhere. And then you're like, oh, he does that. You know, like a lot of EDM, like DJ style people, some people like may not know, I can't identify who that is because they're not famous with their face in the same way that like a Sabrina Carpenter is. You know what I mean? So, but even if you don't know who that is, you would hear a song and you're like, oh yeah, I've heard that. I'm aware who he is. Sing a Tiesto song. Let's get down to business. We got one more night to get this. Million nights like this. Let's get down to business. It all kind of blurs. Like the lyrics don't even really matter. It's mostly for the dance and the beats and the big drops. Okay, you know that song? Yeah, there. He also recently did a song with Tate McRae, you know, her, Canadian, where it's like, all I know is 10:35 and na 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 na. Again, lyrics don't matter, but yes. She was not there, but he was live like in the middle of the room. So let's see if we can kind of see. I told Ben to film us girlies and he filmed himself. Thanks, Ben. It's probably like crazy club music. You can't even make it out either. But the lasers were incredible. I've always been so excited to go to like a real club in Vegas or just anywhere really, because Ottawa does not have them, where there's actual like lasers. Also the quality on Snapchat is terrible, as you can tell when I downloaded it. So you'll just have to impute it in your brain as if it's not pixelated. Ottawa doesn't have like real nightclubs. Okay, Toronto does, but Ottawa does not. And when I say a real nightclub, I mean not one where like there's 4 people dancing. That's not what I mean, okay? And I also don't mean a bar. I don't mean a bar. for people who want to actually dance and like have fun via the dance. You need things like lasers and cool lights and even a DJ to like really get people moving around and like make it fun. I really like to dance. I grew up dancing, and I just really like lasers and light beam shows. So that was incredible to witness live, because it's kind of like, it's like a concert in a way, where there's a lot of production. And if you go to a real nightclub, they put a lot into their production, which can come in the form of like lasers, synchronized smoke, and all these things. It's like a concert, but it's a nightclub. And this was indoors. But it creates such fun, cool, different color vibes, and they change the lighting depending on the song or whatever. But it was so fun. I missed you in Vegas by a week. Yeah, a proper dance floor. They had sharks with freaking laser. No, they didn't. Do they smell like a concert too? I don't really remember. Everything smelled really nice in Vegas, actually. Like every hotel we walked through, just like they all had a really good scent. It was weird. Would you enjoy a rave? Yes, probably. Similar vibes. Okay, let's see what else I have. Okay, that's a good still. look at this. We're crazy. Yeah, it was fun. But most people were actually dancing. I think there was one part here. There's a good still. So like this was kind of off to the side, and I think one of the bars was just behind us. So this wasn't the middle of the dance floor. Eventually we did go towards the middle, where Tiesto, like the performer, was in the middle, the DJ, in the very middle of the room, like a big circle, and then the dance floor was like all around him, and then there was like different layers and levels for people who had like booths or whatever. But we were off to the side at first, and then eventually we did venture in. Like we went in, because like we have to. You can't go to like some wild Vegas club like this and not go to the middle of the dance floor. So we did it. We braved the floor and we went. You find hotels and casinos in Vegas smell like smoke. I also heard that. And I did see a few people smoking in the hotels, in some of them, because that's a thing, which I don't know. Like, you cannot smoke in a hotel or indoors anywhere where I'm from. But I actually don't think it was as bad as I thought it would be. Like, there weren't that many people smoking. I think because, like, smoking is just dying out. But yeah, they do let people smoke, I guess, because those people have money and, like, gambling or whatever. But I didn't find it to be insane, and it's also so big that I only think I really like noticed people smoking like deep into the poker tables, where I never went. Anyways, so I did see people vaping though. Yes, I did see young people vaping. So I wonder if I have us in the middle of the floor. No, this was still kind of on the side. Yeah, that was the side. Blurry, just like our memories. That's me like screaming, because I'm like, what am I doing here? Just a shrimp in the sea. Okay, I think this is the middle of the floor. Shrimply in the club. Yeah, this is the middle of the floor. This is me being like, oh my god, where am I? What is happening? And then I was able to get closer, yeah, to Tiesto, who was right there in the middle. And then I'm like, oh my god. Wait. One thing I did notice, like, it does look like there was enough people dancing. Oh, here, maybe the lighting changed so you can see a bit better. Yeah, there. Yeah, so at some points there was like brighter lighting. Look at all those cute like stars. It was a light show. One thing I noticed, which you can see in this exact clip, but except I'm a hypocrite because I'm doing it too, is look. Hold on. See everyone with their phone? Right here. It was a sea of phones. Now, yes, I was recording. I just did it a little bit, okay? Because I wanted to share it on Snapchat. But one thing I did notice was that people's use of phones and like wanting to, I guess, record for longer than like a 15-second at a time clip was just, you end up just standing kind of still because you can't like dance and hold your phone and record Tiesto, right? So I was doing a lot of like flipping like this, so I was still moving around. But there was a lot of people like just... for what seemed like longer than like 15 seconds. I don't know. And yeah, I don't know. That was one observation that I had that I thought was interesting. And I also noticed that there was some people in the middle who like weren't dancing, which is the opposite of my expectation of a nightclub, of a real nightclub. I was like, why are you just standing there? Like, what, is this fun? I don't know. So meanwhile, I was like going crazy, and then there was like definitely a few groups of people who were kind of just standing there. It's like people sitting at concerts. Well, see, some concerts have seats, so people will sit in them. That kind of makes sense to me. But this is the middle of the dance floor. The people who kind of want to like stand around, take a break, whatever, they kind of go towards the outskirts. There's like halls where you can kind of lean up against the wall or whatever. Like that makes sense to me. But there was a lot of groups of friends just kind of standing there. Interesting. I don't know if it's like a generational thing. It's not like they didn't seem to be enjoying themselves. I just think that they were like dancing in their heads and not with their bodies. Does that make sense? I was doing a lot of people watching too. I'm just like, what do people do here? You know, like trying to understand. But there was a lot more like groups of friends who didn't necessarily like, I didn't think they weren't having fun or anything, but they were just more like dancing like this. I don't know, man. If I'm gonna go to a nightclub, I'm gonna dance. Is that Gen Z versus millennials? Millennials are just fucking doing crazy dances. Whether they're good or bad, it doesn't really matter. And Gen Z just like doesn't like to move that much. Is that it? Yes? Okay. All right, there. We have solved the mystery of why like 30 to 40% were kind of like just standing there. Standing there with a mild dancing, like a little bopping. Yeah, a bop with a drink. Ben what? I was surprised the bartender wasn't wearing pants. Were you surprised? I wasn't. I mean, okay, it wasn't a strip club, but the woman bartenders had a what I think was their uniform, because there was more than one wearing the same thing, and it was like a thong. Yep. Did that change the vibe? What, the thong or the Gen Z not dancing? I think Gen Z not dancing was a little, like, it struck me as like, what are you doing? Come on, let's dance. Yeah, like me, I'm not, don't worry, I don't mean literally. I'm not literally going up to them saying that, relax. I think it's time to find a good club. What do you mean? This wasn't a good club? Tiesto was performing there in Las Vegas. That's just Vegas for you? The bartenders, yeah. Nobody knows how to dance anymore. I mean, you don't have to be good. Like, I'm not expecting people to be like really good at dancing. Just like move your body. All right, okay, let's keep watching. More dancing. See, we're dancing. I mean, well, okay, I'm just taking a quick snap, but okay, that guy's dancing. I'm just realizing that there were some people dancing. Okay, then we went to the bathroom. We have to take this picture, it's a rule. Did you know that all women who go to the bathroom have to take a photo? Can I even make out what is happening? I don't know. I think we were saying something. It was probably a song that we were singing along to. All right, okay. So then I posted pictures that were from earlier that evening because I just didn't have time to post them before. Did Ben and Tyler take a bathroom photo? No, men don't do that. Only the women's. Did you even go out if you didn't get a bathroom mirror pic? Exactly. Okay, there's my outfit. This is the same skirt I wore on New Year's. I got it on Amazon. Or here. The top is from Lululemon. The best hack you can do to be comfortable, but also sparkly, is buy the sparkly version of athleisure. So you'll notice that I have a lot of Lululemon stuff that I wore out. This top has sparkles in it. It's just like a black crop top, but it has silver sparkles in it. You can't really tell in that picture, but these shoes were also 2008 Steve Madden. Yes, I have owned them since 2008. I would wear them out all the time when I went to the shitty clubs in university in Ottawa. Looks like you had an amazing time in Vegas. Sending it up from Paris, France. Bonne nuit. It's almost midnight there. Thank you. So I brought these and I'm like, I can't go to the club in running shoes, right? Like I would get kicked out. Like literally there are dress code rules. So I was worried about that. And I was like, I guess I gotta wear high heels. I used to wear these high heels, so I'll wear them again. That's us in the elevator before we went clubbing. We're doing a little time travel. I got a little self-timer picture. And thank you to everyone who, when I posted this on my community page, everyone just laughed at me. Haha, simply an 8-inch heels and is still the shortest one. Thanks. Yeah, I know, okay? She's a short shrimp. These are like 6.5, I think, inch heels. They are stupid. And I am still the shortest one. So, literally so rude. Is Ben wearing sneakers? No, these are nice, kind of like modern dress shoes. Look, everyone's dressed up. Looking, we kind of look like we're going to like a black tie event. It just happened that we were all wearing black, plus Tyler's wearing a bit of white. We didn't plan that. I mean, you know Safiya's always wearing black, so that's not news. But for the rest of us, it just kind of happened. Who took the pic? My self-timer. Simply being the shortest is just concentrated awesome. Yes. All right, that's the club we went to. Oh, I just remembered. I didn't know what it was called earlier. Live? Because like we live here now? I don't know. I think that's what they meant when they named it. But it was Tiesto at Live. And that is the only nightclub we went to. Because you only need one, okay? You can only go nightclubbing so much, I think. We went to a day club next. Just wait. But this was our first night at Live, seeing Tiesto. You look very tall in this photo. I'll tell you how, okay? 7-inch heels. Raise your arm really tall. And have someone take the photo from the floor on 0.5. Okay? 0.5 is how... Trust me, okay? I'm an influencer. I know what I'm saying. If you get someone else to go 0.5 and they go to the floor and they put their phone like right on the floor and you're standing, it makes the perspective make your leg look longer than life. So my legs look like they're 5 feet alone, but they are not. We know this. It's all perspective, and 0.5. Yeah, okay, my legs are not that long, but thank you, Ben, for taking a good picture to trick people. This pic would be the cover of the Facebook album. Should I make a Facebook album? What time did you go to bed the first night? I literally have no idea. I'm literally just a Canadian. I have no idea. Then I took a picture of the boys. I don't know what dance. I told them to dance. This is what happened. All right. Lasers everywhere experience is optimally viewed via video. Yes, because I posted these pictures. It was so hard to take a photo in the club because the lights kept changing and they were so intense that the phone could not figure out what to do. Except this one. This is a great shot. I credit myself as photographer for this one. Ben and his fun face. Yeah, we're just handing him another drink. Screaming at him, Ben, have fun! Queen, would you like me to ban everyone asking if you got married? Who's asking if we got married? Mods have full permission to ban them all. Guys, we didn't get married. That'd be so cliche. Like, go to Vegas, get married. What am I? An influencer who got like a brand deal to do that or something? No. I can't even think of someone who did that. That wasn't shade. But that just seems like something that would happen. You know what I mean? I had a work lunch today and one of my coworkers asked me, is that Holo Taco on your nails? And I was shocked. Pixel perfect on full display. Yay. For Pride Month. Yes, happy Pride. Unless you did that and forgot about it. I don't think I would do it. Even if I was drunk. I think I would like still be aware. You know what I mean? Yeah, this wedding was sponsored by Live Nightclub. All right. Then I could no longer walk in heels. So Vegas is like, Vegas on the Strip is very interconnected by hotels and casinos and restaurants. It all kind of like blurs into one. There's even like several minutes worth of walking, maybe even up to 10 minutes, where you literally don't need to go outside. Like you can walk 10 minutes north, south, west, or east. I don't remember which direction it is, but basically like up or down the Strip, inside, through the hotels, because they're so giant, through the casinos, across, past all the restaurants, past the shopping. Like it just goes on forever. So I have a lot of memories or they've all kind of blurred together. I couldn't tell you where one thing is, but this was us walking at some point back from the club to the hotel. At some point inside, because there's just so much real estate of land inside, indoors. And maybe they constructed it like that for the heat, or like chat saying, they want you to stay inside and waste all your money. Yeah. That I found super interesting too. I have better pictures of that, so we could tell that story when we start to see shops. That's so rude. They made me walk after it. Like, yeah, literally, why aren't you guys carrying me? The feet were absolutely destroyed. Then I remembered why I don't wear high heels anymore. Look how like red my feet are. They're fully cooked. I'm like, no. Safiya was the smart one wearing comfortable shoes. I was the dum-dum. All right, good morning. It's the next day. 10:26 a.m. Vegas time. Everyone is asleep, but happy to report your parents remain alive. I couldn't even hear what I said, and the sound's on.
Oh, was that my shoulder?
Did you hear what I said? I turned it up for you. Not for me. Anyways, my PJ fit slays the hardest. I was wearing Avril Lavigne. Something about my shoulder? Is that what I said? I don't remember. What? What's wrong with my shoulder? My shoulder's fine. Something? Really? Okay. Well. Oh, because I cracked my shoulder. Oh, yeah. You heard a crack. And then I was like, ow, that was my shoulder. Yes, I popped my shoulder. Okay, I do remember. How am I going to make tea? There's no kettle. How am I going to make my tea? There was no kettle in the room. It was, I know, just the worst. I asked for a full refund. Just kidding. I had to go downstairs. But do you know how hard it is to like figure out where to go in Vegas? Crazy. It was so hard to know where to go. So I was honestly kind of terrified to go figure out where to get tea. Yeah, there was no kettle in the room or Keurig. It's weird. There was like a mini fridge to put water, Red Bull, and alcohol that they want you to take, but no kettle or coffee. Strange. Why is my foot bruised? Featuring bonus life. Did you stay at the Venetian? No, we stayed at the Cosmo. Lucky for us, Safiya and Tyler know Vegas very well, as you know from all their videos of like touring Vegas. So they were the ones who kind of put it all together and decided where we would go because they know things, and I'm just like, I don't know where we are. So it was really nice of them to figure that part out, and so we stayed at the Cosmo. Which, after walking through all the hotels, like, I actually think I like the Cosmo the best. All the hotels on the strip, we basically walked through at some point. It's the one with the chandelier bar, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty. But they're also, like, all kind of the same at the same time. You know, it depends what you want to do. If you want to gamble, that's literally everywhere. Cosmo is a good location, kind of in the middle. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so I guess sometimes we walked one way, sometimes we walk the other way. Yes, they have famously stayed at all the hotels. So we went with the right tour guys. Was it safe? Was what safe? Las Vegas? Very unsafe. I mean, look at me. I guess not. This was probably caused by all the dancing I did with my high heels. I should have just not danced. I think it must have been the shoes. What else would do that? All right, which millennials are responsible for this? It was just a table of like coconut water, Red Bull, morning recovery drinks, and an ice bucket. All right, here's Vegas in the daytime. So that was the view from our hotel, which was also pretty fucking crazy. Like, that's the Sphere and the Eiffel Tower. Not the Paris one, you know, the one in Vegas. Oops. Uh-oh. Did I just lose it? Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna have to go like this. Snapchat saves file names weird, so I had to strategically... Oh, there we go. No! Hold on, why does it say that's the last one? Okay, hold on a second. I just have to find the end of the sequence. There's just too many. You know what I mean? Do you save all your snaps? Well, these ones I downloaded and saved, yeah. Why does it say that's the last one? I clearly put them all in here. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay, pardon me. It's just confusion. The thumbnail on this vid is so fun. Don't worry, we'll get there. All right, okay. I'm gotta find the beginning of day 2. La Tour d'Eiffel? Yes, there is one. Alright, sorry. So Vegas has like different things that look like they're in the like different landmarks, right? Like they have L'Arc de Triomphe, they have the Eiffel Tower, they have stuff that looks like Italy. That's just kind of like the thing, the landmarks. I do have more pictures of like other ones. This was just waking up in Vegas, which was technically day 2 because we only got there at night, and then observing just from the hotel room, like what it actually looks like. Oh, then I went to the gym because no one was awake and I was bored. And also I like checking out gyms in different hotels. And I was like, the Vegas one is going to be really cool, right? Like it's going to be cool. It was nice. There was kind of a lot of people there, mostly gym bros. But it was very vibey. So you can kind of see, this picture's not the best example. Minus this like one door to the outside, the entire gym was dark. And there was barely any lights in there. How hot was it? Well, there was air conditioning. So indoors was totally fine, but it was very hot outside. Yeah. It was weird seeing me in a different gym. Oh, I would be so there? Yeah. Why would you go to a gym on vacation? Well, some people just like going to the gym. Like, it's fun. So, I didn't go to the gym every day. I went 2 out of the, I guess, 4 mornings that I could have gone. But when I'm bored and I can't sleep and everyone's asleep and I'm like, I'm gonna go look at the gym. So yeah, I was able to find the gym. It was like 27 floors lower or something. But yeah, it was cool. I like exploring them too. And then I did sciatica stretches because I'm a 36-year-old lady. So I found it prudent to make sure that I could continue to dance for the foreseeable future because we had to go to a day club in a couple hours. So, you know, just doing the responsible thing. Why is there just a K there? Okay, that was an accident. Let's get down to business. I put on like Tiesto to this. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like do a serious workout. You know, if you work out, then you know what I mean. Like I just did like whatever. Let me just throw a few things together just to move around and then also stretch. That's just the same thing. Crazy, I heard this guy live last night. What is life? That's just me playing Tiesto in the background. So you can't really hear it. And then I was like, ooh, different machines, because I don't have this at my gym. So, you know, it's always fun. It's always fun. Oh, I don't have this thing either with the right height or the right width. The one I have at home is too wide for me. So this was very exciting to me. And then, okay, whatever. No one cares. Little lumbar stretches to make sure we can dance again. Mm-hmm. Do we think the gang is awake yet? 11:50. Now, do keep in mind, we're all Eastern time zone. So it was actually like almost 9 a.m., right? Ben, tell me if I'm totally wrong. But I think it was like basically almost 9. Does that make sense? Or was it even later and I'm 3 hours wrong? But I was like totally awake. It was the afternoon. Oh, was it the reverse? So it was like almost 3 p.m.? Okay, I don't have an explanation for you then. I thought it was the other way. And that's what would have explained it for me. Like, why was I awake then? Well, I don't know. The time just went out the window. Okay, don't know what time it is. Don't know what day it is. We did way too much stuff in one day. It was hard to remember. It would be almost 9 a.m. Okay, well, half of you are telling me it would have been 3. It would have been almost 3 in our Eastern time experience. Well, anyways, it was noon in Vegas. And then I was just sitting on the couch, responding to some Snapchats about my feet. Yes, this Steve Madden is responsible for this. Oh, for some reason this posted in like the wrong order. Testing how many pull-ups I can do while still drunk. While still 20% drunk, okay? Just a little. 0. No. Snap only saves like 10 seconds at a time. It was less than normal. I'm just impressed you stayed out that late after traveling the night. Yeah, but I guess like the plane ride is kind of like you're not doing anything for 5 hours. So I still had energy. I can't play the music. So scientific, right? Yes. Okay, it was 4 and no more, and that's it. And I only did that once. Okay. Next event. This is just day 2, guys. Just day 2. Everyone's up, and we're going day clubbing. I told Ben, get ready. Get your flamingo outfit on. We're going day clubbing. I think I can leave the music on this because there's so many people at a day club that you can't really tell what's going on. So we were at Tao, T-A-O, I think. Is that correct? Yes, Tao Day Club. Ben says top 3 worst experiences of all time. Ben! But like the food, look how pretty it was. I ate like half this bowl of fruit by myself because it was so fucking hot. This was the heat wave day in Vegas. Of course it was. And there's no air conditioning outside. There was no extra umbrellas. There was just a pool full of people. Here. Just a lot of people. Hold on. Here's the pool. Look at all the people in the pool. This was Zed performing. So Zed, Z-E-D-D, is another like EDM, you know. He's like a Tiesto, I guess. But it was a pool full of people. Hold on, I want to get another shot of you, like, Shrimp found the shade. Has anyone recognized you yet? Yes. A couple people in the pool, yes. They were like, Shrimplynailogical, what the fuck? Yeah. Yes, they did. And I was like, yeah, hi. And they're like, why are you here? You know, they really don't associate me with, you know, that experience. Oh, did I not have a better picture? Maybe it just like changed the order because I definitely thought I got a better picture of like the club scene. What is this? You left the club to go find Reese's Pieces.
Day clubbing is the 9th circle of hell.
Ben just said day clubbing is the 9th circle of hell. There you go. Why was it bad, Ben? I mean, he might have just been like hungover from the day before. That's also possible. And just tired. That could be why. It was also extremely hot outside and there was no, like, nothing you could do about it. I'm trying to find, like, so you can see the scene. I swear I posted a picture, but nah, the order is just messed up. There. Did you see the pictures? What are you referring to this? Yeah, like there was just so many bodies in the pool. It was like human soup. But it was so hot in Vegas. I couldn't even tell you the temperature because I speak Celsius. But in Celsius, it was like 40 something degrees. So someone translate that for me. It was so hot and so sunny that like at some point I had to go in the pool, like, or else I thought I might have died, like of heat stroke. So we did have no choice but to go in the pool. So I have videos of that, but I guess I just forgot to post them. It looks gross. It is gross. You're not wrong. But like, it was an experience. Like, this is what people do, okay? In Vegas, some people choose to go day clubbing, and this one was like a good day to go, I guess. No, it wasn't. That's a lie, because it was really hot. But it had a DJ that is well known, Zed, there. Like, I'm not sure if they always have good DJs there. Sometimes it's just like whoever DJ, but it's not someone you're going to the club to see. So if you care at all about who the DJ is, then that's why I think it was so popular, I think. I would have burst into flames. Yeah. Yep. Yes to all. Just about every weekend they have a different DJ. Oh, okay. What do I know? I mean, I guess that's why we went on I think this would have been Sunday. You love a day club? I think it would have been like more fun if there was, let's say, like 40% less people and not as hot, and if they gave us an umbrella. But otherwise, it was really fun. Or for me, like, I thought it was fun. Yeah, are we surprised chat feels this way? No. I know. Yes, you are all indoor cats. So am I. But sometimes I get a little shrimpy, okay? Also, there's shrimp on this plate. It was delicious. Okay, so we've already seen those. Shrimp found the shade. Yes, I wore sunscreen. I did not burn once. Thank you. That's Ben's reporting on the 9th circle of hell. All right, now we're at the Venetian.
It's not real.
And that's not a real sky. That is a fake sky in what's called the Venetian, which is that a hotel or just like a locale? I actually don't know. But it kind of looks like Italy vibes. There's like gondolas going by. You've maybe seen this as like a Vegas thing. But this is the Italy part, and that's a fake sky. It's crazy. And one of the things that I learned, thanks to our wonderful tour guides as well, is part of the reason there's so much indoor space that doesn't have like a view outside. Like there was no windows in so much of this indoor real estate, whether you're in the casino or you're in like the shops that just merge into another casino that just merge into more shops, is so you don't know what time it is. Like, it is designed to have no fucking clue what time it is. You don't know if it's day, night, you just want to keep going. So it just, the walkability of these indoor spaces that are just so interesting and overstimulating is designed to keep you there. So you go to the casino, spend money, maybe you win something. But if you win something, hey, guess what? There's a Cartier store right there. There's a lot of like fancy bougie stores as well. But then there was also like fun things to do. It wasn't all just shopping stuff. All right, Vegas day 2. It is posting backwards. That's what's happening. Okay. Or posting slightly out of order between my Snapchats versus what I posted later. So apologies for a little bit of overlapping, but here we are at the beginning of day 2 again. I wore what everyone else wore to the beach club, which was a bathing suit and a cover-up, because you actually can't walk around in a bathing suit. There's a poster. Other than the pool club, obviously. Okay, here's the pictures. Oh, that's the Venetian. That's where we walked after. So it is a hotel. Okay, got it. I'm reminding myself. Did you ride in the gondola? No, we didn't end up doing it. It was just, there was a lot of people and I think we had to go somewhere, but this was our little spot at the day club. And there's all the people sitting in the pool. All right, Vegas night 2. Let's go. So later, I believe we had lunch in between this. I think I just didn't photograph it. We were going out on night 2. This wasn't going to be a big club night. This was more like walk around, see some sights at night, go to all the little cute little cocktail lounges. That's one thing that I enjoyed because they all have like different themes, and I thought it was so cute. It was kind of like being on a cruise ship. But anyway, so I just wore a more casual little skirt. The skirt I got from Aritzia. The top is from Lululemon, but it's sparkly. And these are flats, and it's posting out of order, but I did note that these are also Steve Madden shoes from 2008. They're just flat. The day club pictures. Posting like, there's these day clubbers. There's the boys. And I am the palest shrimp there. Okay, there you go. There's Tao. My forehead vein was vibing. And here's your summary of my outfit. Lululemon, skirt Aritzia, and shoes Steve Madden. Basically the same every day with a little bit of variance. Okay, dinner time. That was a little amuse-bouche, which Ben loves to say. And I had an espresso martini. Delicious. And a shrimp cocktail. Oh, yes. Okay, this was one of Chef Ramsay's place that Safiya and Tyler have made in... It has been in their video. Fuck, the name is escaping me though. Ben will know. But we went to one of those and I had the shrimp cocktail, and the shrimp were giant. Absolutely giant. But that was my appetizer. And Ben got the beef Wellington.
Beef Wellington for Beyyn.
I'm so happy I'm here for Ben's first Wellington.
Oh, look at this bestie.
It was Ramsay's Kitchen. Yes, thank you. Ramsay's Kitchen. And Ben got the famous beef Wellington. Beef Wellington besties. They both had to get it. I got a crispy salmon, which was spicier than I thought it would be, but it was actually pretty good. Like the salmon was super crispy, so I thought that was nice. And there was like some rice in there. For dessert, we shared the strawberry mousse, and this was the sticky toffee pudding. Yes, that you guys have seen before.
Oh, come on, Ty. It's gotta be aesthetic.
There you go. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a picture. I think we were also meeting some of their friends. Saw this restaurant in a Safiya video. Now we're here. But yeah, you can kind of recognize it, right? My arms look really big because it's the 0.5 camera and I'm on the outside. Okay, relax. All right, here's us walking around after. Look how pretty the fake sky is. And this is where it's like all a bunch of fancy shops. And we were just walking around. But it was so beautiful just to walk around. Even if, like, you know, I'm not shopping at Tory Burch or Tiffany's or whatever, but like just window shopping, you know. Everything is so pretty, and they have so many like interesting statues and sculptures, and the themes is what I like the most. The themes of the different hotels, the styles, the architecture, the interior design. I thought all of that was fun. We didn't really shop. We just like walked around the shops, if that makes sense. I mean, I did buy one dress and one top, but not really. It's like I saw it in the window and then just like went to get it. But other than that, we didn't really like go shopping. And it's my understanding that there was another shopping section that we didn't even go to. So we were just mostly walking through the shops that are in the hotels and casinos, like right in the middle of the strip. That was a giant fish tank.
Slay fish. He's slaying. Oh, whoa. Slay harder, girl.
Slay fish. So this was, I think, my favorite restaurant. This was the Lisa Vanderpump in Paris. Because she has multiple restaurants, right? So, like, you know, the celebrity Lisa Vanderpump, she has the In Paris restaurant. And it maybe isn't, like, known for its food specifically, but it's more like the aesthetic and the experience. There was, like, charcuterie. They have shot glass trees. Or wait, no, I'm wrong. This isn't the Paris one. This is one of her bars that isn't Paris, because then we went to her Paris dinner one later. So this is just her cocktail lounge. Yes, okay. Apologies, I'm remembering now. So this is a tree of shots.
It's like, is it doggies?
No, we're waiting. Oh, it's right here.
Go for it.
So I don't remember what this place is called, but it was one of Lisa Vanderpump's designs, you know, her vision. And then we were walking around and there was a random robot.
AI and cookies.
A robot that made you your cookie. Like if you picked the ingredients, it would make it in front of you. It was called like Robo Chef. What the heck?
Burn in hell, bitch.
They thought I was taking a cute pic. Okay, that's why it was funny to me. I was like, yeah, let's take a cute pic. That was what the Hell's Kitchen sign that was burning. So then we went outside walking around, but the heat had kind of calmed down a little bit, so it wasn't as bad. And here's an example of what the casino floors look like. So apparently you're not encouraged to take pictures there because I guess they don't want people like long-term filming something. I think if someone snaps like a pic here and there, it's whatever, but you can't like film a slot machine for like 3 hours. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't really have that much content of there. It's just like a quick pic where no one was actually playing, like we weren't sitting. But yeah, there was these giant like iPad looking machines that they look like so overstimulating. Like if a child was in here, which I don't think children can come in here, but like it would stimulate them for hours. But just, it's like iPads for adults on drugs because they're 10 times the size and they'll keep you there sitting there forever. So it was definitely a sight. I've never seen it like this in my life. I never gambled. It's not that I'm against it. You know, I would have tried a slot machine once and wasted $20. I don't care. But I just like honestly didn't have time. Like we didn't really feel like it. We just looked at it and we're like, yeah, I don't really care. Like I'd rather go walk around or go for dinner. The only time we did gamble was Ben put some of he put like what's it called where you like put $100 on black or something at the roulette table, and then he just did it once and he won, and then we walked away. That's it. That's all we did. I didn't gamble once. I never gave any money. I had like $200 cash in my pocket thinking like maybe I would, and then I just never did. It's not really something that interests me. It's not like fun for me to just like sit there and do that. Some people really like it. Not really me. A casino is depressing. People look so sad. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I think it's a mix of people. That was my impression. I think there was clearly people there, you know, having a weekend out or like a bachelorette party or like a group of friends from university, like having a good time. Like to me, like it's pretty easy to spot like those types of groups of people. But then, yeah, there might be other people who don't really fit that narrative and who, I mean, I guess if you're playing that game where you like invent what their life is like based on absolutely no evidence, then maybe you would imagine what their life is like. But yeah, it's no secret that gambling is an addiction, or can be, and many people do suffer from the realities it has. So yes. at a lake house and found a peely from my first Holo Taco Mani from a year ago. Quite the milestone, and I love the reminder of my brat summer skittle. Thank you, Jessica. I think there's also so much to do in Vegas that like you don't need to gamble. Like I didn't gamble once and we did so much in 4.5 days. And I can't even imagine, like imagine I spent or like wasted a whole day gambling. Then that's so many other things that I wouldn't have time to do. So, you know, different things for different people. Are there windows inside? No. There's not that I saw. I didn't see any windows in the casino until you get like towards the doors. All right, this is walking in between hotels.
Oh my god, it's a fancy zebra.
There's zebras on couches, in gardens. Like just so many strange oddities. Like what is this? This was a chicken with a dancing leg in a garden? What? Was this the Bellagio? Is that why there's a bee here? Maybe. I can't remember. We definitely walked through the Bellagio. This was stunning. There was like chess pieces, flamingos, water. The flowers were super purple. Look at that. Like sculptures out of, what is this? Like a shrub? You could film a music video there. Yeah. Like just everything. The scenery and the themes were so stunning to look at. It's hard to believe it kind of exists, if that makes sense. Like you're walking through and you're like, it is so surreal. Ben just doubled his net worth, so that's when he bet $100 on red or whatever and won and then left. Good job, Ben. And then we never gambled again. That's it. Woo! All right, here's this is the chandelier bar, which people often talk about. Or when we went, everyone was asking me in my Snapchat replies like, oh, are you going to the chandelier bar? I guess people really know about that one. Okay, hello, play. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to refresh it and find it again. But here, let's do this. I'm gonna do a quick pee out the tea. I'll find that again, and I will BRB, okay? Refill your water. And I will run a little ad for Shrimply. Shrimp is hiding. There we go. The chicken is a recreation of a very famous Joshua Reynolds painting, The Swing, probably lost on most Vegas visitors. I did not know that. Yes, thank you for sharing. All right, okay. We're back to the Chandelier Bar, which was a bar that was basically on 3 stories. Like, it went through 3 stories of the, it was our hotel, the Cosmo Hotel, but like, I don't know, they all blur into each other, so who knows. And it was a giant chandelier, and you kind of go inside the chandelier. Okay, the pictures are in the wrong order. Fuck! So I'll have more pictures later. But we were basically walking through, trying to find like cute, different little lounge areas to go sit at that night. That was just like a red flag installation. Here's the chandelier bar. So I think this was the top level, but if you look downstairs, the chandelier actually continues and there's people sitting like inside of it. And there's bars on each level. It's so pretty, and everything was lit up purple or pink, and it was, I think, like just one of the most beautiful pieces of architecture or interior design, however you want to think about it, that I've seen in real life. And my intrusive thoughts were like, I kind of want to jump up and like grab some of those crystal strings. I think I'm a cat, is what I'm saying. Because when I saw so many of them dangling, I was like, I kind of just want to grab them, you know what I mean? I just want to be like a cat and go jump in them and then just like sit there and see what happens. There's the sphere at night. So crazy. Maybe that just posted in the wrong order, but it looks cool. I did not let the intrusive thoughts win, correct. I did not grab on the chandelier at the bar, okay? All right, day 3, I think? I don't know. This might be out of order, so we're going back and forth. But we went to the Four Seasons for breakfast or brunch, whatever. And I had an overnight oats bowl. Are you surprised? It was delicious. There was also these tiny pieces of like shaved apple in them. Like, they didn't just cut the apple. No. They like shaved the apple in tiny little, almost like thin lettuce type shards. You can kind of see it in here. This is before I mixed it up. But I'm like, wow. They even cut apples differently here. Crazy. Yeah, that was probably like one of the fancier places we went. It's just known, you know, it has like a reputation, the Four Seasons. I think I also have Ben's meal. Ben had some pans on his plate. These are pretty cute. So Ben did the buffet, and they had these cute little like mini single serving pans with different egg and bacon or whatever dishes. Everything was well presented, very fancy. Very yummy. Yes. Okay. Then we were walking around that day. So this was day 3. We spent almost all day just walking around. And here's Ben in a gamer chair. Gamer band. Ben, how many keyboards can you play on? So this was an esports arena that was just like in one of the casinos or malls or whatever. It was, yeah, HyperX. So I guess sometimes like streamers who do competitions where they have to be together in person, but then ultimately like play against each other, like in some type of game. This is an arena where they can compete. So I just thought it was really fun to actually see the space. Like, you could walk right in there. There was no one, I think there was like one guy over here. I don't know if that was, he was playing or he was like a staff member. There wasn't a sport on at the time where there was like a bunch of people, but I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. We could go live here. Except I don't think that they would have let me. I thought that was a picture. Oh, I also took a picture, but I also took a video. So anyways, I thought that was interesting. So here's what casinos were like. Just a glimpse of it. Just like walls and walls of tables of overstimulating lights. Absolutely crazy. How many kings are in this pic? You tell me. I'll let you count. There was a big tournament there last week. You must have got there right after it ended. Oh, that would have been cool to see. Just missing King Zyler. Correct. That's the correct answer. So we walked to the pyramids in Vegas to get that picture. And we rode on a little tram to go in between the pyramids and Excalibur, like, which was basically castles. Am I remembering that correctly? I don't know. But there were these cute little castles. And then eventually we wound up in New York. So this was indoors. And you walked around places that tried to replicate like outside New York. Like it looked like the set of Friends in some of it. There was a chocolate store where I took some pictures. There's Ben getting some Reese's clothes. Oh, and it timed out again. So hold on. I gotta... After so many pictures, I think it likes to time out on me. Oh, there we go. I just have to refresh. Did you buy that purse? I did not buy that purse. Okay, here. So we went to the chocolate store and there was Reese's shirts. So Ben was very, very excited and he did pick up one of the merch. He did buy one shirt, so that's really exciting. And there's New York in Las Vegas. This is a really cool sparkly shrimp headpiece. I just thought it was worth taking a picture of. And this was the chef truck. I haven't seen that movie, but Ben, Saf, and Tyler all knew what it was, so they were very excited about the chef truck being in the hotel, one of the hotels. So they did visit the chef truck and got some food that maybe is famous from the movie. I don't know. I didn't see it. But the Reese's store had protein bars that were Reese's Pieces, which was crazy. So I bought it. Unfortunately, it doesn't taste like Reese's chocolate at all. It just tastes like a protein bar, which is fine. I still ate it. It still tastes good, but it didn't taste like Reese's chocolate. You know what I think it is? I think Reese's chocolate has a very distinct like icing sugar component to it that just like can't exist maybe in the protein version. It's just not gonna work, or just like it competes with the literal protein they have to put in it, so it's just not possible. I think I was so excited. I'm like, oh my god, is this gonna taste like it? It doesn't at all. It wasn't bad. It tastes like but you could relabel this like any other brand chocolate with some peanut butter protein bar, and then you'd be like, yeah, it's good, but it doesn't taste like Reese's, because I think it just can't. How much for the wall, Tiffany? Yeah, so we walked in we didn't actually walk in, but we walked past all the bougie stores. And there was everything. There was like Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton, what are the other ones? A bunch of them, all of them, Tiffany's. But they have all of these like super high-end designer stores like right beside all the casinos and in between. I guess because it's like they think people are going to go spend their $15,000 winnings on like a bracelet. Hello? Crazy. Yeah. Or like maybe if you're too drunk, you'll accidentally like stumble into Tiffany's and buy a tennis bracelet. I don't know. Didn't work on me. Okay, we're going back to the beginning because it posted in a weird order, but this was my outfit for Vegas day. It was day 3. See, now I can reflect on it and properly do the accounting of what day it was. And this was day 3. So this was my like walking outside outfit. It wasn't as hot on day 3. It was still hot, but not stupid. The top is from Aritzia a couple years ago. I don't think they have it anymore. And the jeans are from Zoomies. And everyone asked me what brand they were. And it is A-Lab. I think they're A-Lab. I had to get them hemmed if we're doing confessions. These jeans were 6 inches too long for me. Like not 1, not 2, like 6. I got them hemmed before I left, but you can't have these pants too long. Okay, I will trip everywhere. But she had to hem it and save the hem. Okay, so you save like that part of the hem. They call that a European hem. Simply in Paris, this looks like a movie poster, but I just took this on 0.5, flipped my phone, and then added that caption in the Snapchat app. But yeah, I went to Paris. We walked there. And then we went to Omega Mart, which is... How do I explain this? Okay, so it's basically a really weird art installation that isn't just about art in the traditional sense. It's not like an art gallery where you're like, look at this photo, look at this sculpture, and then you reflect on it. It's like an indoor amusement park, artistic, odd experience. So it's called Omega Mart, and if you go to Vegas, you'll see ads for it everywhere in Vegas. Like they do guerrilla advertising in town where they advertise it on like on bus stops, or not bus stops, or like public transit, or on different, like the sides of random like trucks. So some of you know what it is. Okay, yeah. It's kind of an experience. You could spend hours there if you wanted. So Meow Wolf, I think, is what people also may have heard of it as. Because there's some in other places, right? The same company that runs Meow Wolf in Santa Fe and Denver. Yes, exactly. So I think I'm wrong. I think Meow Wolf is like the name that applies to all of them. And then Omega Mart is what's in Vegas. So it's their Meow Wolf, if that makes sense. So this was their grocery store. So like you walk into the grocery store and everything is so odd. Like nothing really makes sense. So the orange juice will say something weird on it. It says silt milk instead of like silk or what you might expect. And it's printed like this. Like that's not me just blurring the camera. They like intentionally blurred it. And some of the objects, including some of the like pop cans, actually have stuff in it that you can buy, like merch. And it's like so confusing, like what, because it feels like a real store. Orange Awakening. Everything is normal. Whoa. Excuse me, sir. That's not cow milk.
What is the true essence of butter?
All right, so that was just like their grocery store part. But then you walk through and they have different themed rooms. This one was, I think this was my favorite. Again, I like the lasers and the light shows, so you know, it makes sense. This is my favorite room. Just kind of trippy, kind of optical illusion-y, really good for like photos and videos. Ben is pretending to be in a glass case of emotion. It's kind of like a theme park, but there's no like roller coasters. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. These are just like a bunch of $100 bills, probably fake. They're growing money in tubes out here. Yeah, just like really weird things. This looks like an experiment room, but then if you look closely at the wall, it's filming us. You wouldn't want to go here if you are sensitive to light. But look. So there's this one room where you like go stand in the middle and then you realize that there's a camera filming you and projecting what you're doing on the wall that you only see when the light flashes. So you're like, ah! It's very trippy. Yeah, it's like immersive performance art. Exactly, polyanarchy. It's like that. But they do a lot of using like lights and lighting effects, I think, to like make the experience feel very immersive. We're like dancing. Look, we're clubbing again. You can't escape clubbing. This was a different room where the floor looked like it was moving. It was kind of psychedelic. Oh, this one was cool too. It was just more backlit, very like gamer style. Like we were in a cave. They had what looked like call centers where you could push buttons and things would actually happen. So like I was saying, you could spend a really long time here trying to figure out the little storylines, connect dots.
Right, I think you're too tall for this room.
Oh, this room was very short. Look, he's touching the ceiling.
I can walk in here, no problem. But Ben can't.
So that was the short room where like it was just too short to be able for most people to walk, but I was walking around no problem. And there was like obstacles on the ceiling that you would in theory like hit your head on. Didn't matter to me. The one advantage of being the short shrimp was I could walk around in this room no problem. Everyone else was like, oh no. Yeah, it was a room for ants and shrimp. Perfect. Okay, look at this.
Well, they're watching us.
They had cameras everywhere in the installation, but then when you go out to one of the floors, they have the like viewing monitors for all the rooms. So like that was one of the rooms that I was just showing you. That's the grocery store, the Omega Mart. So when you get to this, after you've been through a lot of it, you're like, oh my God, everything was being broadcast as a part of the installation. And look how cool every room looks together. You can really see the use of colors and neon lights, right? Very kind of spooky. I thought you weren't short. Didn't you say you were 5'4"? Isn't that short? I don't know. I mean, I was shorter than everyone I was with. I'm 5'4", yes. All right, there was like a rock climbing that had glitter in it. This was pretty cool. Just like a changing colored river, a stream you could walk up. There's like a labyrinth, there was like a garden. And then you walk out of the garden and you're back in the Omega Mart. The purple, or the flowers have purple nails.
You gotta stand there.
Yeah, go.
Okay, this is Ben Snapchatting me going through a tunnel. Ready? I can't believe he was able to keep recording. But we had to use that string and like rock climb our way up to the next floor. Inside a tunnel to get from one room to another. That was probably the most fun part. Other than the first laser room. I I really enjoyed doing the rock climb because I was like, what is this tiny tunnel on the floor? I'm gonna go find out. And then I'm like, oh my God, we're rock climbing? What the fuck? Yeah, I'm surprised how did he keep recording? Like, I needed both hands to go like this to climb myself up. All right, back in the Omega Mart, Ben offering Tyler a rose. There's Ben coming out of the freezer. I found shrimp juice. They had shrimp juice there. And then we went to their little bar and this is a drink they make there.
Oh, what?
Do I pop it?
How do you drink this?
Crazy. Here's a behind the scenes of the bartender like making the drink have a bubble. I still don't know what that is. Very trippy. They use some type of like, I don't know, probably like a, if I had to guess, like a guar gum or one of those like frothing type ingredients that would do that. But yeah, you did pop it. I just don't have a shot. And then we had a weird drink from their menu of also other weird drinks. Wednesday to Friday pill box, because some of us can't handle a whole week. What the fuck? I'm gonna get this as my vitamin container. Here's Ben juggling some avocados. Get this man out of here. Banana, he found one. And now we're out of the Omega Mart, and this is us walking around one of the hotels. That was a really cool looking bear. Oh, this was pretty too. I think this was was this the Wynn? I don't know. But it had like a garden-like installation. Whee! This is back at the Venetian, so we were there the day before, but we went back. So that's where they have the people in the little gondolas. And then I found this dress. And then I asked you, should I get this dress? And then I got the dress. So this is one of the two things I bought on this trip. So I bought this dress and then I bought a top. But it looked like Vegas. So, yeah. It really, like, I didn't really have a Vegas outfit. I realized after 2 days of being there that, like, what I brought was like, okay, I got this skirt from Amazon and I have this top from Lululemon. And then I kind of ran out of outfits to wear that looked like had some sparkle to them. So I decided to get this because I saw it in the window and I was like, what about that one? Now, I don't think I'll ever have an event ever again to wear this in Ottawa, because if I walked outside of my house in this in Ottawa, then people would have questions for me. But you can so easily walk around in Vegas like this and you look like everyone else. You know what I mean? Like, I fit in with this dress. It does sparkle really nicely when the flash is on. This isn't flash. Dress was from a random sparkly closed shop in one of the many casinos. Yes. One of the malls beside the casinos. All right. Then we went night walking. Passed by Paris. This is on our way to dinner. And here's where we went to the Vanderpump Paris for dinner. Yeah. So the last Vanderpump thing was just a quick little cocktail bar. This was the real one. So this is Lisa Vanderpump's like fancy restaurant in Paris, part of Las Vegas. And this aesthetic was absolutely beautiful. So we dressed up a little bit for it. Tyler in his Blucifer shirt, very dressed up. Check out this drink. that Safiya ordered. It's like a smoky rose something. It's actually smelled really good.
That smells amazing.
Very impressed by the fancy cocktail menu. I got an espresso martini. And then the food there was mostly like tapas style, like random little plates, but I enjoyed it so much. The charcuterie in a bird cage was so cute. It was like 3 different levels of different little meats and cheeses and olives and breads, and this was like a crudité, like vegetable plate. I love appetizers and anything where you like just like put a bunch of cute stuff together, call it charcuterie. Love it. We also got some shrimps as one of our next courses. There was a really beautiful looking salad, and you can kind of see around her. Just the aesthetic in there is so cute. It's like a fancy, ornate, like girly bird cage, I guess is how you would describe it. Ben got a cotton candy cocktail. Okay, I made him get it because I wanted to see what it would look like, but it's so pretty. That's the menu. So the menu there looks like a newspaper. Hold on. I'm gonna have to. There's too many pictures. It doesn't understand. Oop, that was elevator music, but can't use that. But yeah, a lot of people take like Instagram photos like that with the menu like that. So then we were walking around more. I think we walked past like the World International Poker Player or something. I don't remember the name of it, but like a big deal poker tournament, and they were joking about entering, and I was like, no, let's not do that. Christine, if you didn't know, everything in Vegas is so expensive. Everything but my dress, which was only $129. Which is not expensive, I think, for like what it is with all of those little beads on it. So I don't know. I was able to easily find that dress and another top. The other top was like 35 bucks. I don't know. Yeah. I didn't go to the bougie shops, guys. I just went to the like random not unnamed, but just like no important name shop. Only, I mean, yes, you know what I mean. Like when a dress has this much ornate stuff on it, you're gonna spend, I would expect to spend like $100 or a little bit more on it. But it's not designer, which would charge you like, I don't know, $8,000 for that. So yeah, like $129 is pretty good, I think, for the ornateness of the dress I got. It was actually really comfortable. Like it's super stretchy too. Yeah, a very unique piece. Anyways, what did I just skip over? Espresso martinis. You've seen these before. Another cute drink. I think this one was apple. See, look, someone asked me, if you don't mind disclosing, could you tell me how much that cost? It was $129 from the Venetian shops. I don't remember the name of the place because they all kind of have names that you don't remember. It's not a brand name. Like the brand of the store is like a mini retailer, and then what they carry is like a bunch of random brands that you've never heard of before. Now I can wear it for Christmas and New Year's. I don't think I would, because like it still stands out in my Ottawa context in my life. It stands out too much. It does not stand out in Vegas. So if I ever go to Vegas again, then I'll have an outfit. This was in the Venetian. Us girlies looking cute. I think then we ventured outside, went to Paris. We found Safiya and Tyler's brick. We came, we saw, we stayed. Safiya and Tyler, does that say 2022? 2022, yeah. So there's this place where you can like get bricks. We didn't get one, we forgot. But that was pretty cool that we were able to find their brick. In and out in the background. Cute little group pic. Flamingo, Las Vegas. I think we just thought that was a cute background. Ben said give Cunty Tiger. I mean, look at the tiger. Like, how do you compete with that? Or these like llamas out of moss? I think we're back at the, is it the Bellagio? I don't remember. Like, you see what I mean? Everything is kind of just a circle in Vegas. Time is a construct, and you kind of just keep walking around and going back and forth. Uh-oh, I was running away from them. I think I said my squad. There's my squad. Okay, now we're back at the chandelier bar. Then we got water. I think that then bed. Now I failed to record what time it was. But going to bed was nice after, was that 3 days? You know what did it for me the most was the walking. Like dancing, staying out late. I could do it based on adrenaline. I'm really good at continuing to do something if I'm running on adrenaline because it's an experience, it's an activity that I need to get done. Like how I can do meet and greets. Even if my body is actually tired, it doesn't matter because my adrenaline will always override it and I will get through it and then some. That's just how it works for me. So it doesn't matter. Even if I was tired, I would still do it. But you know what actually became a problem was we did 23,000 steps on that day. And that was like after 3 days of also doing maybe, I don't know, 18 to 20,000. My legs, I was literally getting like shin splints in them. And after a certain point, you can't just rely on your adrenaline. So by day 3, end of day 3 and 4, I was like, okay, like the legs hurt. It's not even my tiredness. It's not even the sleepy. Like I still have all the brain power I can like override, but I cannot override like the shin splints I have from walking. Yeah. Anyways. Vegas day, I don't know. But then I went to the gym because I couldn't sleep. Like I said, adrenaline on experiences. Now, I didn't really treadmill on this day. I just did other stuff because I was like, there's no way let's get down to business. It's 8:41 a.m. in the elevator. No one else is here and I'm all alone. Okay, that was the second and last time that I went to the gym. I pressed X to play with all the machines. I didn't do any treadmill, or not more than like 5 minutes anyways, because my legs could not walk anymore. But I thought, why not play with some fun machines that I don't have? You have to look good while walking, which means uncomfortable shoes. Oh, no, no, no. Have you heard of Skechers? No. My walking shoes were Skechers. I also have sparkly Skechers that I wore out later this night. However, on the high heels front, yeah, there's just no fixing that. Or the flat heels, also no fixing that. Is my foot better? It still has a bruise. This is me trying to do pull-ups and getting worse every day that I'm in Vegas. I think it was not as good. I didn't go as high. Or I didn't do 4. I don't remember. I think I did 3. Anyways. Just a quick little whatever. This is showing you how ridiculous the lighting is. See those tiny little pod lights? They only do like a spotlight down, so there's not much lighting in the gym. They do that on purpose, I'm convinced. And then we walked around some more. Here's Ben letting the world burn. Okay, this is a good shot. Ben has never looked so cool. Let's watch that again. He's lit. All right, then we went to the pool. Finally get some relaxing. I think I missed the spa. The spa is posting backwards, but we did go to the spa earlier because then I painted my toes pink. But here is that bruise again that's still there. Again, very impressed. I was able to get it in that specific location. Oh, this was a really good exhibit. Ben, do you remember the name of this? It was like another art installation that was based on like a bunch of TV screens everywhere. But they also use audio, like sounds, to make it part of the experience. I have to reload the thingy. I'm trying to remember what thing that was. Ben will remember. I'm bad with remembering. It wasn't one of the Van Gogh experiences, but I know what you mean because we've done a similar one in Ottawa. All right. So, was it art? A-R-T-E, maybe. Okay. But it's basically a bunch of rooms that you just kind of walk through. This was the flower room. And the use of different lights and perspective and mirrors so that it's fun to look at. I think it was art. Yeah. So cool. This is the sea room where it was like a underwater, just a shrimp in the sea. So a lot of these are like projectors, so you can stand in the light and it will create patterns on you, but also look very immersive. Woo! Don't drown. Okay, we had gone to the spa earlier. It's just backwards. There's not many pictures at the spa, obviously, so that's not interesting. Did Ben leave when I had a question for him? Maybe. Okay, this was the lantern room, which was exactly what it looks like. A shit ton of like lanterns that glow and you walk through them, and it was so pretty. Okay, here's back to the spa. I got my toes done. Wow, what a wonderful hot pank that is. And my feet definitely needed some treatment, like so painful. I had to warn the esthetician that I had like a blister from walking. I had a bruise. I was like, please be careful. My feet are fucked. But that was, well, much needed on our second last day there. So that's in the lantern room. So there's just a lot of mirrors, so it makes the room look bigger than it is, and they all change colors. There's some more pictures we took that was in the flower area. This was the next day. It's just kind of all over the place. Las Vegas sign, had to get that. Mystery Vegas bruises. Where's Ben? Hey, Holo Taco Detectives, can you guys find Ben? Nice pink. Is it more of a hot girl summer or a punk rock emerald pink. Is there actually a difference when you think about it? There's a marketing difference, but is there actually a difference in color? He's right there. Where? Oh my God. This is unironically a good picture of Ben. I kind of wish I had it not in Snapchat, so it'd be better quality. So pretty. Went to the glowing lantern club. The lanterns weren't dancing. Just looking at all this, I'm like, I want this in my house. Like, I don't know where or why, but I just want it. All right, so this was the outfit I was wearing there, but then I posted this later. So this was Vegas the last night. Was this the last night? Yes, I think so. This was our last night in Vegas. And I did buy this shirt in Vegas. I got it at a random sparkly clothes store. I think this one was actually at Meow Wolf. Yes, it was. So that's Area 51. Some people know that as. There was a clothing store like before you go into the Omega Mart. And the outside of the store looked like it had a bunch of HOLO stuff. So I was like, I'm going. And yes, it is HOLO. They also had one in pink and blue, and I kind of regret not getting all of them, but she had to get the HOLO one. It wasn't expensive. It was like under 40 bucks. It kind of just looks like dancer's clothes. All right, and these shoes were Skechers that I'd got before the trip. They have these little rhinestones on them, but they're so comfortable. Highly recommend if you need cool looking running shoes that have different colors, or you need one specific color, or you want sparkles on them, you could get them at Skechers. I love Skechers shoes, and they're like not that expensive. I mean, they're like on the upper end of the not that expensive range, which of course is a subjective interpretation, but I find them pretty fair for pretty reliable quality. There's some more pictures from that cool art installation. Pretty lit pic. So taking pictures was really hard because you never really know what color the lanterns are going to be or what the exposure is going to be like. So I actually don't think I really got good pictures. Like, see how like we're kind of blurry, you know, it doesn't always work. The videos are much better. Ben did a good job with this one though. So there was a wall near the checkout that just, this looks like an album cover for an album I do not have. Just simply have matching fingers and toes. I do, for the first time in my entire life. Cats and cards. I used to work at Skechers. I agree with you, Christine. Best to get them on sale if you can. Oh, there's always a 2-for-1. I don't think I've ever shopped at Skechers where they didn't have a buy one, get one. Whether it was free or 50% off, something. And I know my size and know I like their shoes, so I'm always buying like multiple. I'm always buying 2 or 4. Okay, this was so fun. So Safiya knew about this and like didn't tell me. She didn't spoil it. So I won't spoil it either.
And this code here in the center, you can be able to put your name underneath your glass. Those little indicators on the end of your table by your elbow. Yeah, you'll just use the 3 letters.
That's T.
Wait, what? What's happening? Oh my god.
Move it somewhere else. Move it somewhere else.
What the hell?
That's a cup of tea, guys.
How is that happening? It's following it. No, it's going through it. What is in this tea?
Then just you put it somewhere and then let it pause.
Yeah, the fish are swimming.
What?
Are we drinking pixels?
Here, let me see the other one. Oh, no, it's the same.
Like, I kept moving it around because I don't understand. Because if it's just a projector from the ceiling, then how do you explain this? How do you explain this if I'm moving it?
Like,
Hold on.
how is that happening? It's following it. No, it's going through it. What is in this?
That's why I was moving it. I'm like, I don't understand how it's following it. Unless there's like, not necessarily a magnet, but like something that it can track at the bottom of the cup so it knows to follow that, which is just like crazy. I'm like, what?
Are we drinking pixels?
Here, let me see the other one.
Yeah, is it like a magnet? It's magnets? It's so cool.
This is like the background.
That's crazy.
Look, the cloud's following me.
What is it doing? So it's like a reflection from up there, but it's following the cup.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Is the cup what's anchoring?
Yeah,
Like, how do they do that?
I don't know.
All right, then I finally had a sip of tea.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. Is it actually good?
It was actually good. It was like a milk tea, like a milk honey tea or something. Just got black tea.
Yeah, it actually is good. I'm drinking pixels.
Want to put it back?
That's good. The balloon.
It was just black tea with milk, and it was a cold like milk tea. But yeah, the art projection that they did onto it was just crazy. Like, look at this picture. So it was the art cafe, because now I'm seeing it written right there. It was a pretty quick exhibit. It was shorter to go through than something like the Meow Wolf Omega Mart. So if you happen to be in Vegas and are just looking for like a shorter thing to do with like cool visuals, this was that. And it was stimulating, but not as obnoxiously, if that makes sense. It wasn't like weird, creepy rooms you go into. It's like more beautiful rooms where they do use light and sound, but it's like a cascading waterfall and flowers everywhere. It's a little more like pretty aesthetic, but also sort of more calming, if that makes sense. But this was at the end of it, so you could go to the tea bar and order a tea, and the tables all reflected, and there was like cloud reflections on the walls too. But it was so fun. Yeah, I'd recommend that one because it wasn't too long either. Like you could speed run this in like 30 minutes. I mean, I'm sure people also would prefer to spend an hour or whatever walking through, but you could do this and add this to your list of things and it not take all day for sure. Correct. It's just missing shrimps. And it's fun to reward yourself with some tea at the end. Look at that. It's so cute. All right. Okay. Dinner time. So we went to, what was it called? Amalfi's, I think. So this is our last dinner in Vegas. And it was kind of a seafood-ish place where you could literally go and see the fish. Not alive, which is what I thought the guy meant when he was like, yeah, come pick out your fish. I was like, what? Like they're in the tank? That's what? That's not what he meant. But they were on ice and you would literally go pick which fish that you would eat, which is an interesting experience, you know? Amalfi Coast. That's what it is. Yeah. I guess you wouldn't go there if you don't eat fish. Yeah. But I picked out a cute little branzino and he was huge. I think he was like over 2 pounds. So Ben and I shared this, but it was so good. Like it truly, I do eat fish. I mostly go for salmon because it's like usually pretty guaranteed that it's gonna taste good. But and I actually don't know that much about other fish. I'm just like, sure, I'll try a halibut or a cod, but I'm not very good at like distinguishing the difference necessarily. Like I don't really know. Salmon, I can tell what's salmon, but I'm not, you know, an expert in fish. I'll just eat it. But this branzino was so good. It tasted like butter, but I don't think it was butter. Do you know what I mean? I think it's like literally just the fish itself. You had that in Alaska? Yeah. Amalfi Coast is the real place? Oh, yeah, right, true. But they had the restaurant named Amalfi Coast. Or maybe it was just called Amalfi. All right, and then we went to Swingers Golf Club, or course. It's a mini putt place, which was like when you mix clubbing with mini putt. It was so cool. Look at this. It's like a club, but it's a mini putt. What? And there was like a bar at the top. I've never seen anything like this before. I thought this was so fun. Ben's vibing out. Look at this. So it's a mini putt course called Swingers. So now we can say we went to a swingers club. Even though it's mini putt. That just has a fun name. But I love this place. I thought it was so fun. Like growing up in Canada, there was always like glow in the dark mini putt. I'm sure you guys had that in the States too. It kind of reminded me of that. Like it's just a really cool atmosphere to do something low key with friends or whoever. It doesn't really matter. But this one had like lights going around. There was like a DJ. It was a little more like vibrant and lively. Now it wasn't packed because this was a Monday night, which was actually good because then there wasn't too many people on the course. But I can totally imagine that if this was like a Friday or a Saturday night, that it would have been way more lit, you know? So Ben is living out his dream, playing mini putt. It's a mini putt golf club course. That's also a club. All right, watch me fail. It just kept coming back.
Third time you got it.
There we go. Look how cute it is. Like the lights everywhere. There was like a little bar down there, a little restaurant. There was also a bar upstairs on the second level. And there was a little arcade room, which we also went to at the top. Simply Golf Logical. And you can order drinks on the course, which that's normal in golf, actually. That's not news. But I thought it was kind of fun that like you could just be at any of your stations, any of your what are they called? Holes. Any of your holes. And there'd be like a server coming around like asking you, hey, what do you need? What do you need? So it was like really well thought out experience. So I think you're only supposed to spin that if you get a hole in one. But Ben is just being Ben. Wait, he did get one hole in one. I just don't think it was on that hole. Like, look at this. The whole thing is spinning. Oh, I didn't make it, but too bad. Help me! That's what he thinks clubbing is. No. Ben, that's the wrong kind of clubbing. Does he have moves or should he be kicked out? Yeah, this, I think, you know, day clubbing may not have been for Ben. Golf club clubbing is for Ben. Yeah, it just took him a few days to loosen up. He finally did. All right, then we had a sword fight, just like in Troom Troom. It was the Pepper Wars, but golf clubs, who will win? I did. I won. And then we won pens. I don't know why. I think that was the arcade. Like, we got too many points or tickets or something, so they gave us pens. And if you're wondering who won, Ben did, but only by 1 point. He beat me by 1 stupid point. He should have just fucked up once, you know, then I could have won. Yeah, Ben's gonna keep that pen forever. Shrimply gonna get a hole in 2. I did not get a hole in 1, but I did get several hole in 2s. There's Ben with his new favorite sign. Unfortunately, he couldn't purchase the sign because it was a reflection from the ceiling. That's in the wrong order. So I'm missing. Oh, okay. Maybe it just didn't download. Well, I did have other pictures of the boys, but they did buy matching merch. And that was it. That was the end. And at some point after that, we went to bed. And then we woke up the next morning and Ben and I had to get on our plane. And this is at the airport. So thank you for having us, Vegas. It was very good. It was crazy. It still felt like 3 days happened in one. When we were like laughing about what we did, we were like, oh yeah, was that yesterday we walked around with, you know, for like 20,000 steps and we walked around to all the sites? That wasn't yesterday. That was like 3 days ago. I was like, no, that was literally yesterday. Or like, we didn't go to the spa today. That was like 3 days ago. No, that was this morning. Yeah. So we weren't gone for that long. It was only 4 nights, right? Because we went Friday, and then we went clubbing Friday night, basically as soon as we landed. Within an hour of landing, we went to the club. Vegas was warped time. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then we came home early Tuesday. So that was only 4 nights. And one of those nights, we were traveling the whole day. So that wasn't a very long trip. Glad Shrimply enjoyed Vegas. Believe it or not, you got here before the heat wave. Really? I feel like the heat wave was happening when we were at the day club. It was a lot. See y'all later, Las Vegas. Bye. Okay, here's what I wanted to show you. From literally just a Canadian who knows nothing, when I look at Las Vegas from the sky, it looks like just one street of wild shit with like LED buildings and crazy architecture, and then everything else is just flat. There's just nothing. And then eventually there's some mountains. That's it. You can't even really see in this picture, so I took a closer one. But like, look, if I zoomed in on that picture, this is the strip. That's the sphere, right? And then these like very large buildings are some of the iconic hotels, like the Bellagio, the Mandalay Bay, where we stayed, the Cosmo. So that's basically it. And then everything after these is just like flat. It looks like nothing. I guess like there's some homes there and some smaller businesses, but just nothing. It's so different than anywhere else that I've flown over, you know, where I think it's just the relativity that does it for me. Cause like I'll fly over Ottawa or Montreal, and yeah, there's tall buildings in like the business section, but they're not like this. They're not like Vegas, you know, like insane lit up all the time. So everything's a little closer to even. And in Vegas, it was like... That's what Vegas is, yeah. Crazy. Well rested. Now you can begin. Oh, no. You couldn't give me one stream, Jessica. Not one stream. Starker contrast. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Safiya! Safiya's in chat. Let's go back. Wait, did you see... You see what I brought back? Look what I have. Thank you for gifting me the gift of shrimp. The gift of shrimp neck pillow. I needed this. I used it on the airplane, and I'm gonna use it every night for the rest of my life. When I try and recall all the memories. What's this? Oh, Ben has just passed me his chip, his life savings, his net worth that we bought.
It says I'm 5 years sober.
No.
Thanks, Safiya, for planning.
Thank you, Safiya, for planning our Vegas trip. This is the chip that Ben took and didn't convert back to real money, so now it's useless. Ben didn't cash it out? No, he didn't cash out his chips. Like, you're supposed to cash them out so you can get your money, right? He won, he doubled his money, and then he just kept the chips. I think we just like didn't have time to go to the cashier. Or like the one time we passed by the cashier, we were like, he was like, oh, I don't have the chips on me. And then it was like, whatever. So now he's just rich in Vegas chips. So I guess we have to go back and you have to bring these so you can cash them out. How much is that worth? Well, this is just $5. It says Bellagio $5. Wait, so they're only good at each casino? Oh, I guess that makes sense. So like we couldn't use this at any other casino. It has to be the Bellagio. He did this on purpose. He did this on purpose, so we have to go back to the Bellagio. Ben! There's like $200 in these fucking chips. No! You left some as tip? Please, you're joking. I feel like that would be rude. Like, you shouldn't do that. You should leave real money. No, but if we go back next year, you can probably use it still. Wait, do they expire? Probably? We can probably use it? What do you mean? Ben! Almost positive you can't use that again? Wait, why? I don't see an expiry date. Or do they just like update the style of chip sometimes? I don't see a year, no. Just Bellagio. That's all it says. But maybe they changed something about it? I guess we have to go back soon. Oh my god. All right, well then I got home to my cute little babies. And that's it, that's the end. Menchie and Zyler and I don't know, this cute deck of cards. I feel like if you tried to use that one, it was like 20 years ago, you couldn't? Huh. But if we go back next year, we can probably use it. Okay. So I think we have to go back because like, what the fuck are we gonna do with these? Hey, it's kind of fun that we brought this home from Vegas. Like we literally brought a piece of Vegas home. You know, I got a shrimp. Ben got Bellagio chips. We're good. I got to take Ben to Spago. Yes, he did want to go there. There's a lot of things we didn't do. Like we did so much, but we didn't go to the Sphere. We didn't go to a strip club, which is another thing you're supposed to do in Vegas. We didn't go to a few other celebrity chef restaurants. And there were some other things that was like pretty people expect you to go, but we just didn't do that. I can't remember. We didn't really gamble or play on any slot machines. Because, yeah, whenever Tyler and I go, we always go for like 2 weeks. Well, there you go. That's the secret. We were there for 4 nights. And we honestly, I think we jam-packed so much into our 4 nights that it was just enough for me. Maybe a little too much for Ben. He would have skipped the day clubbing. But yeah, 2 weeks. At least that would give you time to recover in between. You know, I don't think we ever spent any time recovering. Like, technically, we went to the spa, but we immediately went to the pool after that and then went out again. So Caroline says you can cash chips in even years later. Okay, there you go, Ben. Restaurants alone would take so long to get there. Yes, Saf and Tyler know for sure. Gotta do all the hotels next time. Do we? Because we've seen their video. I think it would take off like 1 to 2 activities. Yeah. You need to go to the Peppermill Vintage Diner. Oh, I love all the themes. Like the different themes of the little bars, the cocktail lounges, the restaurants. Everything was just so cute. I love a good aesthetic. The different hotels have different aesthetics. And I think that was the most fun. Even if you're not into like clubbing, partying, drinking, or gambling, just the sights of the stuff that is there was just so visually fascinating. I mean, if that doesn't interest you either, then I guess you have no reason to go to Vegas. But I thought that was like some good stuff that maybe more people universally would like be like, oh, that looks cool, you know, just to walk around, walk through. Hearing all this made me need a nap. Yeah. So my watch says I slept for 10 hours last night, which was, I guess, just like making up for lost sleep. But it wasn't really 10 hours because Zyler was waking me up at 8 a.m. Eastern time. I'm still on Vegas time, so you know. You need to check out Mandalay Bay. I think we did, right? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure we walked through it. Next time, the ice bar instead of the day club. That's another thing we realized we didn't do. Or like some of the secret bars. So we can freeze Ben instead of roast him. It was fun roasting him though. Yeah, there's so many things you could do there. I feel like now that I've been there once too, I have a little bit more of an idea of like what it even is. Because for my 36 years of life, I was just like, what the, like Vegas, that's where like people gamble, right? I don't know. But like, no, there's way more other shit to do there. Like you could spend weeks like they have in Vegas and like never gamble. Never even think about it. Walk by a million casinos, but there's so much other shit to do. Yes, we were at Mandalay Bay. We walked through and then we went to the Swingers mini golf course at Mandalay Bay. Okay, there you go. So I have been to the Mandalay Bay. Because we went to the golf course. Watching Safiya's videos have prepped me for a trip I'm not even planning to take. Yeah. I hear. There was a few people who would come up to Saf, more than a few people, and Tyler and be like, I watch your guys' video and now I'm here. So you see, they're doing like the Lord's work by creating educational resources about Vegas, because the amount of people who came up to them and was like appreciative of their videos, and now they're living the Vegas experience. Presumably like they listened to some of the advice that was in their video or saw something they liked. That was really fun to see too, you know, because as a content creator, I'm sure it's like kind of surreal to be like, oh yeah, like people watch this and here they are, you know? So that was fun for me just to watch that kind of happen. And then there was the occasional, oh my God, you're the nail girl. Why are you in the date club pool? What's going on? Yeah. You are influenced for sure. Yeah. Who's going to Vegas now? Because this was me also accidentally influencing people. I'm not making a real YouTube video on this. This is all you get from me. But It was a good time. Yeah, you can travel through us vicariously or use us as a reference should going to Vegas be something that you do. And avoid Johnny Rockets, yes. Love the shrimp pillow, thank you. Shall remain nameless. I got it from my bestie. All right, well, with that, thank you guys for listening to our little Vegas story time. It would not have been the same trip or a good trip at all if we didn't go with Safiya and Tyler. And I'm just being honest, because both Ben and I would have no idea how to decide what to do, or even how to get anywhere. So it was so helpful going with them because they know where to go, what to do, what was worth it, and what we would like. So fun traveling with them to Vegas, and would do it again, I think. Round 2, oh, there's Tyler in chat. Round 2 went, well, we have no choice because Ben fucking bought all $200 of these chips home instead of the cash. It was so fun taking you guys around. We loved it. Yeah, it was fun having tour guides who were enthusiastic and were like, yes, so let's go here and let's go here. Amazing. Because if you left me alone in a city like Vegas, I think I would just crumble and die. I would have no idea what's going on. I would be like, I don't know where I am. I'm going to hide in my room. So lucky for me, I did not, because I had the most wonderful friends and tour guides. We need the cash for Bentendo's net worth. This is true. Like we have no choice. Ben won't be able to pay any bills until we go back. Yep. And happy birthday, Tyler, who got a shout out at the beach club. His name was on a sign. 2 signs, I think. A digital one and a handheld one. So happy birthday, Tyler. I hope he had fun with us for his birthday too. And yeah, that's it. That's all for this stream. No gaming because instead I played the game of life in Vegas. And I will be getting back to my Canadian, routine, which is just much more boring and less overstimulating. What day is it? It's Wednesday. So I'll be back on Saturday streaming something. Undecided. I need another sleep cycle to reset my brain again and decide what to do. Figure out where I am. What's going on. Tyler turned 25 again. I know, it's incredible. But thank you to the wonderful mods. Thank you to the Mensch Gang. Thank you to Safiya and Tyler. And hope you enjoyed my vacation slideshow. Have a good rest of your week. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see y'all later.